right, so I haven't done a video in a while, and I don't think I ever did a video. Actually, I did a video where I talked directly into the camera, but I haven't done one in a long time. It's been like probably about 5 years since I did a straight into the camera video. As of lately, people have been requesting that I do more videos where people get to know me and actually get to know the projects that I'm working on. Shout out to Charlene for actually asking me to do some vlogs, because that's pushing me out of my comfort zone. I don't think I ever did a consistent vlog, because it's kind of weird, you know, you're talking to a machine, you're not talking to a human. I'm gonna ask you guys to have patience with me, because this is gonna be an interesting journey. This here, one of my favorite toys, Optimus Prime. In this video, actually I already put out the video where I drew it, so this video I'm gonna be painting it. And I'm actually gonna be describing and explaining to you my process for painting it. So let's go to it. I start out with painting just a basic layer of red all over the top portion of the transformer. I do this just to get color all over it. Once I get a color all over it, I can see what I want to do for the rest of the image. Then I start to decide where I want to put shadows. So right now what you see me is just kind of laying in some ideas for shadows. The shadows may not stay there, but this is just where I'm thinking at first. I put on the color pretty fast because I don't like to overthink stuff. I feel like once I start thinking about things too much, then I start getting precious, and then the image just becomes a little too tight for me. Making mistakes actually adds life and character to your work. This is something that I've told my students over many years. Right now I'm just freestyling this image. I have no idea of the way I was gonna paint it or anything like that. I just know the basic colors of the transformer. I'm looking at the actual toy as I'm painting it, and I'm just kind of making up stuff right off the top of my head. As far as shadows go, I just get it from drawing a lot of pictures. The more you draw and the more you study life through drawing, the more you're gonna see shadows and colors and all this other stuff that you're not intentionally paying attention to at that time. You're mostly looking at the shape of the object that you're drawing, but you're also taking in this other information of colors, shadows, and perspective and proportion and all this other stuff. So a lot of people ask me, how do I get good at shadows? How do I get good at color? I'll tell you the same thing my mentor told me, is that it'll come to you, but you have to get really good at drawing. What I mean by that is when you get really good at drawing, especially drawing with a pen, you learn how to make decisions on the fly, and that's where you really want to be. But in order to get there, I went through a stage where I made a lot of drawings that I did not like. And this was because I was transitioning from using a pencil to a pen. A pencil where I'm able to erase and correct things, a pen I'm not able to do so. So I began to learn how to paint in the way that I drew. What I mean is I had to draw in a way that made room for making use of the mistakes that I would make in my artwork.
Notice how I use one brush to complete the entire image. Keep it extremely simple.
So I am using the Sumi brushes. They're originally made to be used with ink, but I use them with watercolor. You see mines that have the black stains on it because I've actually used them with Sumi ink before. Traditionally, they were used to create calligraphy. I'm using them for watercolors. I will leave a link in the description. So I'm painting in highlights as I go along in some areas. I just leave white where I want the highlights instead of painting in white. As I do the windows, I actually paint in the white because I painted over the whole image initially with red, so I had to bring those windows out. Adding little details, yellow for the arrows, and then I'm going to actually add an accent yellow, which is a darker, more chrome orangish yellow, just to accent that bright yellow so it's not so cartoony.